Hello, I am Jamesia Jonay, the wealth creator. I show people how to use other people's money to pay their mortgage, create cash flow, and generate generational wealth. Today, we're talking about the pros and cons of renting versus buying. What's better? Should you rent or should you own, right? So, we'll start with renting first. We'll start with the pros of renting. One of the pros of renting is it's low maintenance, right? If the toilet breaks, if the hot water, something's going on with the heat, anything happens to the property, you as the tenant are not responsible, right? Your only responsibility is to pay your rent, cover your utilities. Maybe you have renter's insurance, right? But it's low maintenance. You don't have to think about it. Your only responsibility is to pick up the phone and call the property manager, the landlord, their assistant, to let them know, hey, this is what's going on and I need it fixed and I expect it to be fixed in a reasonable amount of time, right? That's all you have to do. The other pro is less out-of-pocket expenses, right? Again, you're just paying your rent. You're paying what you know you have to pay. You don't have to worry about any unexpected expenses when it comes to where you live, right? Now, your light bill, your gas bill, different things like that, that's on you, right? If you're in Chicagoland like I am, I'm a real estate broker in Illinois, in Chicagoland, snowy, cold. I think it's like 1 degree today as I'm recording this video. So, you have to take those things into consideration. Some of the cons are you're paying your landlord's asset. You're paying a mortgage, you're just not paying your mortgage. You're paying your landlord's mortgage, right? And then another con is you can't customize it. Some landlords may let you, but for the most part, you're not able to pick the paint and the trim or the cabinets and different things in your unit, right? What you see is what you get, take it or leave it, right? You can't customize it. You really can't make it your own, okay? So what are the pros of buying? So then the pros of buying are you usually have a fixed payment. So if you have a fixed APR, annual percentage rate, your interest rate is fixed. So you'll be paying the same interest over time. Actually, you'll end up paying less interest as you chip away at the principal payment, right? But your principal and interest payment will remain the same or only get lower. Your taxes and insurance, for the most part, will remain the same. Those may fluctuate. And if you have everything bundled together, if your taxes and insurance are paid through your escrow, right, then that you may see some fluctuation in that payment if the taxes go up or the insurance go up, and then you need to make an additional payment to cover the next escrow, okay? So another pro is legacy creation. This is something that you buy it, you pay it off, you can leave it behind. You can leave it behind for your children, your children's children. If you don't have children, nieces, nephews, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, somebody, a nonprofit, right? It's something that you can leave behind. You can build a legacy. Tax write-offs, right? Mortgage interest is one of the largest tax write-offs that an individual non-business owner can utilize. Mortgage interest can be written off for the length of the mortgage. So as long as you have a mortgage on the home, you can write off the interest, right? So there are tax benefits to owning a home. Then you're also creating equity. You're building equity. More than likely, usually, houses appreciate in value, right? So if you purchase a home for $100,000, maybe a few years later it's worth $150,000. So you built some equity in your home, and then a wise, savvy, knowledgeable individual will leverage that equity, right? You'll leverage that equity. So it's a wealth building tool. Purchasing a home is an investment, right? But there are cons to purchasing a home. That maintenance that you don't have to worry about as a renter, now you have to take that into consideration as an owner. There's no landlord, property management company to call. It's you, right? So you'll be calling the electrician, the plumber, the HVAC specialist, or the professional. You won't be calling the property manager, though, or the landlord. And then lack of mobility, right? You can't just up and decide, oh, I want to move, right? Well, you can, and then you have to list the property. Depends on your financial situation. But usually, purchasing a home is a long-term situation, right? There are things that we'll talk about. There are other videos that you'll be able to explore over the next 30 days here on my channel as we delve more into home buying, what type of property, like single family home versus multi-unit, the benefits of those, right? When you're purchasing. So just wanted to come and share with you really quickly the pros and cons of renting versus buying. I am the wealth creator. I show people. I am Jamesia Jonay, the wealth creator. I show people how to use other people's money to pay their mortgage, create cash flow, generate generational wealth, and protect their assets, right? If you are anywhere in the continental United States, feel free to connect with me, right? Visit my website, www.jamesiajonay.com. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see what's coming up next and in the future with me. And also follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram. I am Jamesia Jonay, right? So thank you so much for tuning in. Feel free to share on your social media or share with your friends and family. Leave a comment if you got some value out of this. I look forward to showing people how to build wealth. Residual income for residual